Okay, here's the deal. The Fractal Incursion event is here in Guild Wars 2. It's been out for 3 weeks and everyone's able to start getting their legendary gloves for free. Yes, you heard me right, free. I got my gloves and today I will be showing you how to get your gloves fast with some skips from the quickplay fractals and a guide to your lost Troubleshooter badges for that extra fractaline dust. So, getting to the point, to get your free gloves you must obtain 450 fractaline dust. You can get fractaline dust from other achievements during this event by doing things like world bosses, specific fractals, or just finding lost Troubleshooter badges, which we'll be getting to later. Of course, the main way to get this fractaline dust though is going to be through grinding out fractals. You can get about 3 to 6 per fractal. This can take a while, but in the new quick play feature it can put you into matchmaking of certain tier 1 fractals. This is a quick way of grinding them out. In some of these fractals, there are a few skips that can be done to make your fractaline dust farming even faster. First of all, we're going to be starting off with a Volcanic Fractal. The first thing you can do to speed this up is going to have one person break off from your group to get the waypoint at the next event. When your team up top is done, the next event will start right away and everyone can waypoint down. On the way down to the waypoint, don't forget to grab your Troubleshooter badge, which is located in the tunnel from spawn to the next waypoint. Where this badge is located in the tunnel is the first offshoot to the right, and that'll be laying on the floor waiting for you to rescue it. This next skip is right after the first encounter with the Grawl Shaman. This is used in most normal fractal groups already. You're wanting to drop down along the wall, catch yourself, then jump down again. Careful of the lava, you're going to try to get over to the land. Use your heals, movement, and most importantly, jump. Jumping will reduce the fire damage that you take. Now it's time for Uncategorized, everyone's favorite jumping puzzle. Not really. If you fail like me, and your team's already gone and passed, use the waypoint when out of combat. You can use /GG to get out of combat quickly. For the badge in this one, we're going to be heading left of the big stairs with lasers. It will be located next to this console of sorts. For the stairs of lasers, use evade skills or your dodges to get through easily. These also count as projectiles, so be sure to use your projectile blocks. As for the jumping puzzle part of this, there's really not any way to skip it other than letting your teammates do all of the work. A tip for this though is to use Conde cleanses to cleanse the cripple that the harpies inflict. You can also use super speed to counter the speed debuff. Now for the freeze cold fractal where you hope you don't turn into an ice cube. Snowblind. Starting off with the Troubleshooter badge, it's right after the wall that you melt. Go down and to the right following the wall to the waterfall, or icefall, whatever you want to call it. The badge will be right at the bottom of it. When it comes to the first boss, to get it down quickly, light all the bonfires. This will increase your damage as much as it possibly can be. After the boss, the next part, you can just run all the way to the next waypoint with leaps, super speed, or any other mobility that you have. If you have no speed options, I'd recommend just waiting for the waypoint to appear and using that while out of combat. Urban Battlegrounds, also known as the Fluffy Char Fractal. Take down Dolphy and the gate and head through. Make sure not to get down from all the siege. Worldly World Siege still feels superior though. After breaking through, head up the stairs and to your left. Head back toward the gate on top of the wall and you'll run into the lost Troubleshooter badge. For the first possible skip you can do, it's like a jumping puzzle. First hop along the rubble on the burning house, head over to the wall and jump onto it. Head up the wall as far as you can and aim for the street lights. Jump on it and jump back to the wooden beam. Continue along the beams, hopping from one to the next to reach the small house across from you. Hop on that roof. Jump on the other roof and hop onto the bridge. Jump to the roof with the chimney and continue to head over the roofs until you reach the gates. Break down the gate and head through and now your teammates are able to waypoint to you. Notice I did this in a solo instance. I really can't do this constantly. Which brings me to the second skip. This one's more intended. Run by all the enemies while using your mobility. Ballistas will start firing at you and they do knock you down. So bring some stability along, or be able to dodge them as they can really slow you down. Of course, in this instance, I got the farthest possible gates. Also, if your teammates couldn't keep up, they still can waypoint. Cliffside time, and this time with multiple hammer madness. It's so nice being able to have multiple hammers and not having to drop them. Anyways, to the first Troubleshooter badge. It's right to the right of where you spawn. Grab it before going anywhere else. At the first seals, if you have a hammer, be sure to tap the enemies to get their charge. This can be fairly quick if you get charges after every one enemy. If you have pets or damaging utilities, use them to help with downing the NPCs, while you still have your hammer. For the path to the next part, there's some wind that can push you off. To avoid being pushed, dodge through them. You can also use stability, and when it comes to Untamed's Elite, it does a great job at this. It lasts a long time and gives super speed to reach the top. You're also able to use leaps to get through them. Also, if you lose your hammer, don't worry, you still can get it back through the NPC next to the Mistlock Singularity. For the arm seals, you're going to be at least wanting 2 people with hammers. The one who goes furthest will still want to tap the first NPC. This will give you credit to hit the seal right when you get over there. Continue taking turns swapping them back and forth. If you're alone on the other side, don't worry, because you're still able to do it solo, if you have utilities for damage. After both seals are broken, you can slash GG to get back over to the other side quickly. Now it is time for Molten Furnace. There really isn't any skips for the main tunnel part of this. To be faster though, you just have to make sure to break the blocked vents when possible. After the tunnel, you can head right and follow the wall. There will be a few jumps that you have to do to get to another tunnel. This tunnel leads to the Misgeyser, if you're familiar with that. The badge will be at the entrance of this. Oh yes, I definitely made that easy jump first try. Moving on to the next part with the wind walls. After the first one falls, you're able to use stability to get through the rest. Continue to head down the tunnel to get to the waypoint. Then, if your teammates wanted, they can use the waypoint and avoid the wind walls. Whee! Off the cliff I go. Molten Boss? Oh, this isn't the same as Molten Furnace. First off, we can skip a huge portion of this entire fractal by just running past everything. Run all the way to the bottom using your shadow steps, teleports, super speed, leaps, and any other mobility that you have. Even when skipping everything, it still can take quite a while to get all the way down there. When you do though, focus the resonator with the attached laser to the shaman. After defeating the resonator, swap to the shaman. After the shaman is down, the bridge will raise up and you can cross it without having to fight anything else. After defeating the molten effigy, continue on the normal path. After the small group of enemies, you can head around the corner where you'll find your next Troubleshooter badge laying on this table. Deepstone, my personal favorite out of these quickplay fractals. In this, the most efficient way is to start out by splitting up into 2 groups. One goes left and one goes right. If you go to the right, be sure to defeat all of the small spiders with swords above them. Then continue into the bigger room where you can defeat brood mothers to spawn the main mini-boss. After you finish, grab that orb and put it with the crystal. By this time, the left side should have finished by now. The floating orbs you're able to leap towards, and if you land on the wall correctly, you're able to raise the platforms underneath that orb. This is really difficult to actually land, but can be done for all the orbs to speed up the process, including the first one on the left. And yes, all of the orbs have to be interacted with before you can move on, not just the last one. For the elevator down, bring pools like Necro's Spectral Grasp to make it easier to clear. Coordinate with your teammates to be sure you have one for both of the waves and not just one. Now we're right before the boss and we can collect our Troubleshooter badge directly to the right of the stairs going down. Aetherblade, too bad they don't have Dancing Skirt yet. You're able to skip the dangerous tiles by using your blinks here. I know Necro, Mesmer, and Thief are able to do this. If you're not one of these, don't worry, you still can use Invulnerability and Evade skills to get over these tiles quickly and easily. After interacting with the console, you can go into the house, where you'll be finding the Troubleshooter badge to the left. When it comes to the end, it's not a skip, but a little tip. Be sure to talk to Frizz as soon as it is possible, to start the boss fight. Kinfall. This in my opinion is the worst fractal for finishing quickly, has scattered enemies, interact times with doors, and most importantly a boss with a huge health pool. Starting out, we're on the second room. You can split into 2 groups to take on both portals at the same time, the one from where you came from and one near the exit. After this room, stay to the right and head into the building. The Troubleshooter badge will be right next to the memory fragment on the table. For the jumping puzzle sort of deal right before the last door to the boss, you can run past all of the enemies except for the ones on the last island. After defeating them, you can continue to open the door. If, of course, you have 2 people. Also, a waypoint appears here for your teammates to teleport to when they're out of combat. And if you need an easy quick way out of combat, it is of course /GG. Okay, well I got my gloves now. Why would I want more dust? Well, getting more dust lets you get more fractaline sparks, which you can then spend at the Mist Stranger himself by talking to him with the 3rd option. He sells the other 2 armor types of the gloves, and also lenses that work with the gloves to make what I think is the best infusion effects. Each lens or infusion takes 1 fractaline spark, 30 globs of ecto, and 10 gold. Right lenses change your one-handed right-hand weapon to have both the tip and stow and unstow animation. If you're using a two-handed weapon, this only changes the tip of the weapon. The left lenses change your one-handed left-hand weapon to have both the tip and stow and unstow effects, while with your two-handed weapons it provides the stow and unstow effects. These effects can be seen with outfits on, as long as you have the legendary gloves equipped underneath. As a side note, all of the Lightborn weapons seem to work really well with the effects. It makes the collar stand out. Also, I'm sure you probably already know, but just in case, don't trade in your Omni Potion for 1 Fractaline Spark. It's just not worth it. You'd spend more time grinding for the actual Ascended Omni Potion than it would for 150 dust. Only time I would is if you already had the Ascended one. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below. I will answer them to the best of my capabilities. If you enjoyed the video or found it helpful in any way, bonk that thumbs up. As always, I hope to see you in one of these, and have a great day.